Welcome. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Exclusive.
Yeah, good day, my beautiful people. Yeah, you're listening to Independent 87 as it is. The headlines for today, we say, concerning 2023 election, Nnamdi Kanu's release will boost APC chances in Southeast, and that is coming from Adeyanju, an Abuja-based activist. Deji Adeyanju has said the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, will boost the All Progressive Congress APC's chances in the 2023 presidential election. And the former Lagos State Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the APC presidential candidate. Daily Post reports that there have been clamors for the federal government to release Kanu following a judgment of the Court of Appeal. However, the court later granted a stay of the order. The Court of Appeal in Abuja had declared as illegal and unlawful the abduction of Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria and quashed the entire terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. And it ruled that the federal government breached all local and international laws in Kanu's extraordinary rendition to Nigeria as it is. Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily rendered to Nigeria. A report that there have been clamors for the federal government to release Kanu following a judgment of the Court of Appeal. However, the court later granted a stay of the order. The Court of Appeal in Abuja had declared as illegal and unlawful the abduction of Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria and quashed the entire terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. It ruled that the federal government breached all local and international laws in Kanu's extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. But the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Abubakar Malami, had vowed that Kanu would not be released. Wow. Stressing that the federal government would pursue other charges against him. What are the charges? Oh God. Well, prior to his arrest, the IPOB leader had vowed to ensure no election was held in the Southeast until the government approved a referendum that would lead to the creation of Biafra. With his arrest in June 2021 and a continued incarceration, some Nigerians believe that releasing Kanu would jeopardize the successful conduct of the 2023 elections in the Southeast. Amid the clamor for Kanu's release, some people are of the opinion that APC would get a few votes in the Southeast. These claims are anchored on the agitations that the Southeast should be allowed to produce Nigeria's president in 2023. Of all the top political parties, only the Labour Party LP stands a better chance of getting more votes in the Southeast because its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, is from the region. However, Adeyanju said releasing Kanu would boost APC's chances of getting votes in the Southeast. Adeyanju also noted that the politicians can use Kanu's release as a political strategy in the Southeast. Speaking with Daily Post, he said it will boost APC's chances. Now, it will boost the morale of their supporters, and that would be to their supporters, also to their supporters, and it will leverage the situation on ground and give the candidates, or rather the party who bring up and form a formidable force to release Kanu, talk to the federal government, because I believe Abubakar Malami is the brain boss behind all this discharge and acquitted. Why would the law not take its place? Why would verdict not take its course? You understand? So Nigeria is affected through all this through the appointed minister of justice, and Attorney General of the Federation is the one doing all the madaru. Because I said Abubakar Malami, you understand, he believes he's the Attorney General of the Federation, and anything he says is final. And meanwhile, the three justices that presided over Nnamdi Kanu's case, immediately they were transferred. Now they are still going to Court of Appeal, and all charges against Nnamdi Kanu has been waived off. Then what is Malami's problem? Speaking with News Today, he said it will boost APC's chances. It will boost the morale of their supporters, and that would be to the advantage of the ruling party, All Progressive Congress, and the PDP, The only party it will affect is the Labour Party, who are expected to get some significant votes from the southeast. If the federal government decides to release KANU today, it will increase the ruling party's chances of getting a favorable outcome in the election. It can be used by politicians as a campaign strategy in the southeast also, so they can have something to go home and campaign with. Like I've said, keeping KANU does not add any value to the federal government. What value are they going to derive from keeping a man that the court has granted bail and said even his arrest is unconstitutional? One. Number two, why keeping Nnamdi KANU, whereby he was extraordinarily rendered back to Nigeria. Equivalently, he was kidnapped without the consent of Uhuru Kenyatta, which is the president of Kenya, and kidnapped down to Nigeria. Now they have a case to settle. They have case to settle also in Kenya. The Nigerian government will pursue that. Now Abubakar Malami is indicting Nigeria, shooting Nigeria on the foot, and everybody's watching. Well, International Criminal Court has served them letter of arrest. ICC. Well, that's not debate for today. It could be for another day. As it is, according to Adeyanju, says you can't build something on nothing in law, and you cannot give what you don't have. The government cannot in any way prove the guilt of KANU, because they first have to return him back to where he was kidnapped from, taken from, abducted from in Kenya. That is a small thing for any court to rule, because it's ordinarily, and you can't cheat nature. You can't change the law. You can't you can't twist the law, especially the international law. Even in Nigeria, you can't twist law, but some persons want to twist law, want to bend the law, or want to hide under the law, because it's an extraordinary rendition that was given to Nnamdi KANU in Kenya, which is state capture and abduction of citizens. Wow, this is prohibited under international law, and there is no easy way out for the government. It will just be right for the government to release Nnamdi KANU, and release him because the next government may most likely release him. And if the next government even tries to release him, try not to release him, then dual citizenship is not by mouth only. Now, the power of incumbency is still there with Buhari and his cohort and his people. That is why they have not come to be taken. Abba Kyari's case is there. They believe because of the power of incumbency, and they are still there. They are not yet taken. But notwithstanding, when after 2023, as soon as Buhari drops his pen, and everybody sit uptight and see how it goes, because Nigeria as it is, I won't lie to you, the judiciary angle of Nigeria has been compromised. Even Nnamdi KANU's counsel, international lawyer, who came all the way from United Kingdom to advocate for KANU, said yes, the judiciary has been compromised. Why would an international lawyer, come all the way, and they reject him from entering into the court's premises? That is uncalled for. But notwithstanding, yes, this present dispensation, this present Nigeria that we have, that is led by President Muhammadu Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation, who is Abubakar Malami, both are the ones jeopardizing the effort of the economy, and also all the parastatals collapse.